I mean, to have 3 points at halftime, to have some of the opportunities that we missed offensively, even though we were sustaining possession, really, with the exception of the first drive where we went 3 and out, we were up and down the field, but to only come away with 3 points, that's where you're going to come up short. And I'm looking forward to looking at this tape, figuring out how I can be better for guys and how we can ultimately move forward, because we got 16 of these things guaranteed. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure with those guys. I'm not sure. I don't know that.
Way back when in the second quarter, kind of thinking going for the full instead of go ahead and do it.
We came here to try to win the game. I thought it was, an opportunity where we get one of our best players, guy that we have a ton of trust in, with the look that we had wanted, and we just didn't make it. But we came in here with an aggressive mindset and mentality. Didn't feel like you could settle for field goals. That's why we came up short the last time. And then ultimately, a couple of those situations is inevitably what ended up leading to us probably not finishing it out tonight. The penalty was a big one to bring the touchdown back, and then having a turnover, and then that one that you alluded to. But all those are growth opportunities for us. But we came here to be aggressive, and I wouldn't take that decision back. Yep. Oh, they were big. We got the looks that we wanted, and we got the look that we wanted on the third down as well. And you know what? That's part of it. There was a lot of great individual plays. There was a lot of guys that stepped up. I was proud of Warren McClendon. Thought A.J. Akiri coming in. I mean, you flex him up from the practice squad. Nopum goes down. He plays the whole second half. He's going against one of the premier rushers in this league for the majority of the game. And I thought our guys did a good job of being able to help and lend some presence. But he should be proud of the way that he handled himself tonight. I'm not going to make an excuse. I mean, you have to adjust and adapt. I mean, and certainly there was a lot of things that we were planning on doing that wouldn't be smart or wise based on the circumstances that we were dealt with. But I would never make an excuse. We had our chances, and our guys gave us, those guys that were playing tonight, led by Matthew, gave us a chance. I thought Cooper made a bunch of plays, obviously. DeMarcus Robinson, Tyler Johnson has the big shallow cross that he converts for a big deal. We got a lot of hidden yards, too, with some of the PIs that ended up moving the ball down into the tight red area. And ultimately, some of these penalties, they're learning opportunities for us. But that's part of it. You have to adjust and adapt. I thought we did a fairly decent job of that. But, we came up short, and this is an opportunity for us to be able to move forward. But I am proud of this group, like I had mentioned. It's tough when you come out here and you go toe-to-toe. It's an excellent football team. I got a ton of respect for Coach Campbell and the way that they do their deal. And they ultimately closed it out, and hats off to them for doing that. Yeah, I thought they did awesome, Adam. I mean, really, even John Johnson's interception, what a freaking play by him. I mean, it's a bang-bang play right over the middle. And that was a huge momentum shift. At an opportunity, Kobe Durant ends up making a play on when we brought him as a corner blitz, and then he gets the break up on third down, almost ended up making the pick. But I thought they were great. They played hard. You could see they had him off balance. I thought Chris Shula and our defensive coaches did an excellent job, and then ultimately the players brought it to life. And we just came up short, but they definitely kept us in the game. I mean, to have 3 points at halftime, to have some of the opportunities that we missed offensively, even though we were sustaining possession, really, with the exception of the first drive where we went 3 and out, we were up and down the field, but to only come away with 3 points, that's where you're going to come up short. And I'm looking forward to looking at this tape, figuring out how I can be better for guys and how we can ultimately move forward, because we got 16 of these things guaranteed. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I thought they just got some good removal. They got some players in space versus some man coverage looks, and they made the plays. They were just getting, and Montgomery was breaking a bunch of tackles. You could really see that. But I'll go back and I'll look at the tape. I was, like I said, Jordan, I was really proud of this group. And these guys are going to be resilient. I know they wanted to come away with the result that we were hunting up, but I think there's a lot of things that we can take from this. We're a really young team, and we had a lot of things that went our way and didn't go our way tonight, and that's exactly what you expect in a football game of this magnitude against a high-caliber opponent. Yeah, he's a stud. You know, he kept us in the game. He did a great job, and you could just see the resilience. There was a lot of reasons to think, man, this is going to be really an uphill climb to overcome some of the different things, you know, players that we were missing, and what that regulated us, if you will, in terms of what we could really do. They did some things, you know, give Coach Glenn a ton of credit. They decided to come out and match us in a certain personnel on early downs that they were basically daring you to say, all right, you're going to throw it to beat us. And so I was proud of Matthew. And we had our chances, and there's certainly some things, you know, I'll always look at myself first. All right, what are some of the different decisions, better spots I could put guys in? And our players will do the same when there were some opportunities. But there was a lot of positives to take away as well. I thought Matthew was great. You know, I really think, you know, the one at the end of the half, you know, we turned it over. We were operating against the clock, really in a 2-minute situation. And then really, you know, they did a good job matching up. And then the one was the penalty. I mean, we scored. It was a walk-in touchdown. And that was really, you know, inevitably what led to us not scoring. But then we ended up coming back on the next drive that my man just alluded to. And Matthew ended up, you know, the ball didn't touch the ground. And Cooper walks in from about 8 yards out or wherever we were. So there was a lot of good things, but you give those guys credit. They made some of the critical plays when they had to, and ultimately we didn't finish. At the 4th and 4 in the first half, you know, that was a big one as well.
Jordan, last one.
Just two starting offensive linemen healthy on your line right now. You've been here before.
Yeah.
Years ago. How do you prevent this from happening?
Well, I think, first of all, it's a choice you make in terms of let's pour into the guys. I thought Bo Limmer did a great job coming in. I mean, and that was really what he's shown throughout. You know, Jonah Jackson going from center to guard. And, you know, those guys on the interior, I thought really did a great job of holding their own. I thought Warren McClendon, you know, obviously there's a couple things you guys asked about that we can learn from, but he did a nice job. And A.J. comes in as a practice squad flex, and, you know, he's blocking Aiden Hutchinson for the majority of the game when we were heavy pass, and he gave us a chance. And so we'll see what the magnitude of those guys' injuries are. Obviously, we'll get Alaric back in a couple weeks. I think Rob's return is sooner than later. And so, you know, I think we're developing depth, but what we're not going to do is we're not going to allow we're going to learn from the things that have occurred in previous years, Jordan. And if guys get injured, then you know what? It's our job to get those next guys ready to roll. And that's exactly what we'll do. Okay? Thanks, guys.